Hi, we're Andrew and Aaron. We're going to tell you a bit about Wamp, how to install it, and a few little things you can do with it. First question that some of you have, what is Wamp? The concept originated as LAMP, which is a bundle of Linux, Apache, MySQL, and PHP. You get them all at the same time, they're configured to work together, and then you suddenly have a working web server set up. The concept was very handy and soon migrated to other platforms, including Mac, where it was MAMP, and Windows, where it became Wamp. There are all kinds of variations on the LAMP concept. People swap out all of the components very freely. So for example, you can get distributions that swap Mongo or Maria for MySQL, that swap in Python for PHP, and so forth. There are quite a few combinations. So you may be wondering, why should I use Wamp? The major con of Wamp is that in a big professional workhorse application, it doesn't work all that well. It's not going to be set up as well as a skillful installation of all of the individual components. It's likely to be a different environment than whatever web server you might be deploying to host your site. And if you use it as a working web server setup, it may even do bad things. I heard an anecdote from someone in our set where the SQL component of their MAMP installation was logging too much and generating these enormous 80 gigabyte log files. So that was a problem. The big pro of Wamp and LAMP in general is that it works. It's very quick and easy to install, so it's useful for both experienced developers who just want a quick environment to test out code in and work on their projects. And it's also useful for brand new users who don't want to learn advanced configuration of all these components yet and just want to get started learning PHP, for example. The bottom line for both of these types of users is Wamp lets you just get to work without spending a lot of time configuring the system first. Another big pro of Wamp is that Wamp server, which you get with your Wamp installation, gives you a really nice, easy interface for working with all of the individual Wamp components. From a single place down in your taskbar, you can find the configuration files for Apache and other things. Get to localhost quickly, get to your www folder, check the server status, open up a MySQL console. There's all kinds of neat stuff that is available just from that single icon.
Hi, I will be covering the installation of Wamp server on Windows 8.1. Like Andrew mentioned in the intro, one of Wamp's key benefits is the ease of installation. To get started, we can head over to wampserver.com/en or click on the link in the video. Click on the download link at the top middle of the page, and you'll be taken to a screen where you have the choice between the 64 or 32-bit versions of Wamp. We're going to be installing the 64-bit version, although it doesn't make much of a difference, and if you prefer, you can install the 32. Ignore the warnings and click on the link to download in the top right of the dialog. When the download is finished, navigate to your local downloads folder and we'll continue from there. Double-click the Wamp installer icon and follow the on-screen instructions, picking your preferred install location. This is where it will install Apache, MySQL, PHP, and will also be the root folder for your local host. Wamp should also now add PHP to your system path for executing scripts from the command line. It will prompt you now to locate your preferred browser. Once the installation is complete, you should see the Wamp logo in the toolbar at the bottom right of the screen. When this turns green, Wamp is up and running, and you should be able to see it if you navigate your browser to localhost.
So now that we've got Wamp installed, through this system tray icon over here, I have access to a lot of information and other things that you don't get through installation of all of the separate components. So here is a link that will take me to localhost in my browser, right here. Here is a link to all of my projects. right here is something that will take me in File Explorer to the www directory, another nice thing to have. And here is a link to httpd.conf for configuring Apache. Here's a link to php.ini, among other things. And here's a link to my.ini plus MySQL console. All really handy things to have all in one place. So it's pretty good. And another nice little thing that Wamp server does is it puts all of the separate components of the Wamp installation into one place. Right here, see Wamp. Again, it's really nice. If you need to find one of the things, it's going to be in there, rather than spread all across your system where all of the individual installers might have happened to put them.
Composer is a dependency manager for PHP. Like Ruby has gem and Node has npm, PHP uses Composer. Composer is able to grab the necessary files for frameworks such as Laravel or Symfony on a per-project basis. It is a straightforward install, and we'll be using it to create a project in Laravel. If you head to getcomposer.org, click Download, and navigate down to the Windows install, you should see a Composer setup.exe. Once your download is finished, run the installer. It will download Composer and set up your path environment variables so Composer can be called from any directory. As you can see here, if you navigate now to your command line and type Composer, you can see that it's installed and ready to go. Now that we've installed Composer and Wamp, it's time to create a project. Click on the Wamp menu item in your toolbar and use it to navigate to the root directory for your local host. If you open a command prompt here, you can enter Composer create-project Laravel/Laravel followed by the name of your project. This will create a new folder with the name of your project and download all the necessary files for the Laravel framework. Now that we've created a project, we can go to our local host, type / followed by the name of the project, / public, which is where Laravel stores the main index.php file for the project, and we should see the Laravel splash page saying that it's been installed.